very good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, the remarkable women we are here to celebrate tonight.
Indeed, a very good evening to each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, and we would like to welcome each and every one of you to the Global CEO Top Businesswomen Awards 2025.
Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we shine a spotlight on extraordinary women who are not just leading companies, they're also leading conversations, driving change, and also creating space for others to rise.
And indeed, ladies and gentlemen, the awards presented today are not simply about prestige, they're about purpose. And that begins with a selection process, ladies and gentlemen, that is thorough, independent, and 100% transparent.
Definitely, and here we are all set to celebrate women who lead with both heart and strategy, who challenge the norm and shape the future. And also, ladies and gentlemen, at the outset itself, we'd like to mention something, and that is that as the evening unfolds, we do have an exciting raffle draw which will take place on stage, where some of you lucky winners will be able to take home some exciting prizes.
Right, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, in order to formally welcome each and every one of you for today's event, we would like to invite a very special gentleman onto the stage. He's the chairman, Global CEO Forum, and also the managing director, Voice of Asia Networks. He has had a distinguished career spanning academia, public services, and media, and has served as university lecturer, senior public servant, and media professional. His final appointment in the public sector was as Secretary to the Ministry of Industry and Commerce. Ladies and gentlemen.
And one of the most notable achievements during his career, ladies and gentlemen, was the transformation of independent television network, that's ITN, into a model turnaround of a state-owned enterprise, becoming the #1 television station in both viewership and revenue, with his contribution as chairman playing a key role. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming Mr. Anura Sirivardhana, the chairman of Global CEO Forum.
The selection was conducted purely on merit. There was no registration fee, no processing fee. It is completely on merit basis. Our panel of judges work independently and with integrity to ensure fairness throughout. We are grateful to BDO, Mr. Sujo Rajapaksa, for the role they played as assurance partner, ensuring full transparency in the selection process.
Some dreams live on in time forever. Those dreams you want with all your heart, and we'll do whatever it takes. Follow through with the promise I made. Put it all on the line. What I hoped for at last would be mine.
What a brilliant performance. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this evening, as we celebrate the brilliance of Sri Lanka's most distinguished women in business, each a beacon of dedication and impact, we are also reminded that strength, talent, and elegance know no boundaries. A shining example of this truth is Dr. Chatrika Besekara, whose performance tonight moved us all. The performance that we just witnessed was by Dr. Chatrika Besekara. And she's a medical doctor by profession with academic grounding in economics and management. And she's also an accomplished violinist, pianist, a singer, as well as a respected company director. Now, Dr. Besekara stands as a luminous symbol of women's empowerment, seamlessly weaving together science, art, and leadership into a life of purpose and grace. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate our remarkable women tonight, there's also a special group of dignitaries that we definitely need to acknowledge, and that's our panel of judges. Now, our panel of judges have brought in their wisdom, their integrity, their fairness to every stage of the selection process, ensuring that every award that's being presented tonight reflects true excellence and impact in leadership. Right, Oshada?
Indeed, Kasuni. And to address this esteemed gathering on behalf of the panel of judges for this event, I would like to invite a very special gentleman on to this stage. Now, he's a senior professor. Senior Professor Ajanta Darbasri is a leading academic with industry and academic presence, and has a combination of being a chartered manager, a chartered HR professional, and a chartered electrical engineer as well. Now, Professor Dharmasri likes to identify as one who transitioned from engineer of electrical to an engineer of hearts and minds. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage the chairman of the panel of judges, Professor Ajanta Dharmasri.
So we have many hands in the audience who have rocked the cradles and also rocked the businesses during turbulent times. So my job as the head of the panel of judges was made easy by the dynamic, talented panel of judges. And we followed three-step process. First, the technical evaluation, and then the judging process, and finally the assurance process to ensure that we had a transparent process happening.
Thank you very much, Professor Ajanta Dharmasiri, the chairman of panel of judges, for giving us a comprehensive overview on the selection criteria.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, to address this glamorous evening next, I would like to invite Her Excellency Dewi Gustina Tobing, the Ambassador of Indonesia to Sri Lanka.
Allow me to begin by extending my heartfelt congratulations to all the awardees and nominees being celebrated tonight. Your leadership's vision and resilience represent the very best of Sri Lanka's entrepreneurial spirit. You are not only accomplished business leaders, you are paving the way for others to follow.
Thank you, Her Excellency Dewi Gustina Tobing, the Ambassador of Indonesia to Sri Lanka. Thank you for addressing this gathering, and of course, it's indeed an honor to have you here with us.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special message from our strategic partner, ADV. And for that, we'd like to request all of you to please direct your attention towards the LED screen, as we do have a special message coming from Mr. Takafumi Kadono, Country Director of ADV.
Now, Sri Lankan women are more than just participants in the economy. They are entrepreneurs building businesses with limited resources but limitless determination. They are educators shaping the minds of tomorrow. They are innovators bringing fresh ideas to businesses. And they are caregivers holding together families and communities with strength and compassion. Their roles are diverse and their impact immeasurable, yet their leadership at the top remains limited. It's time to change that. Leadership requires vision, values, and courage. Sri Lankan women have all three. From corporate boardrooms to village enterprises, empowering women helps unlock Sri Lanka's full economic potential. That's why the Asian Development Bank is working closely with the government of Sri Lanka and supports programs that empower women in business through policy, advocacy, access to finance, and leadership development.
So our first recipient of the award under Excellence in Corporate Leadership. Please put your hands together and welcome Ms. Dinusha Bhaskaran, Managing Director, Valuable One PLC and Delmage Group.
Congratulations, Ms. Dinusha Bhaskaran, the Managing Director of Valuable One PLC and Delmage Group. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Ms. Shiromal Kure, the Chairman and Managing Director of Jetwing Travels.
And next on stage, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Ms. Kumudika Fernando, Chairperson and Managing Director of Maliban Group.
Congratulations, Ms. Kumudika Fernando, the Chairperson and Managing Director of Maliban Group. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Ms. Shashi Kandambi Jasim, the General Manager and Chief Executive Officer of National Savings Bank.
Right, so next up, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Ms. T. Sashani T. Jayavardhana, Chairperson, Aitken Spence PLC.
Congratulations, Ms. D. Stashani T. Jayavardhana, the Chairperson of Aitken Spence PLC. And the next Excellence in Corporate Leadership Award goes out to Ms. Chaturi Munavira, the Director and Chief Executive Officer of AIA Insurance Lanka Limited.
And next up, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite on stage Ms. Angeline Ondachi, the Chairperson, Tangerine Tours Private Limited.
Congratulations, Ms. Angeline Ondachi, the Chairperson of Tangerine Tours Private Limited. And to accept the next award, we'd like to invite Ms. Shahara Da Silva, the Group Managing Director of McLaren's Group.
And next up, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite on stage Ms. Ramya Veerakon, Chairperson, Ramya Holdings Private Limited.
Congratulations, Ms. Ramya Veerakon, the Chairperson of Ramya Holdings Private Limited. And now, Ms. Shia Vikramasinghe, Group Managing Director, CBL Group.
Following the end of the civil conflict in 2009, Sri Lanka focused on rebuilding and rehabilitation. Poverty rates fell dramatically and human development indicators remained high. However, weaknesses in macroeconomic management and governance led to an economic crisis in 2022. The country defaulted on its debt repayments, inflation peaked at 70%, and foreign currency reserves fell sharply. Shortages in essentials such as fuel and medicine disrupted economic activity and caused severe hardship for the people. To stabilize the economy and support recovery, Sri Lanka entered into its 17th IMF program in 2023. Significant progress has been made. However, much work remains to ensure economic recovery and growth. The Asian Development Bank will support Sri Lanka in the recovery effort with a new country partnership strategy to strengthen public financial management and governance, foster private sector development promoting green growth, improve access to climate-smart public services, and deepen inclusion. ADB will assist the government to accelerate domestic resource mobilization, improve public finances, and strengthen public financial management and debt management systems. ADB will assist ongoing efforts to reform state-owned enterprises to reduce financial losses and thereby the debt burden of the government. To revive economic activity and channel savings into productive uses, ADB will contribute towards stabilizing the financial sector, improving access to finance, and building sustainable capital markets. Creating a conducive environment for public-private partnerships, support to SMEs and economic zones, and trade facilitation will drive exports and investments and generate new sources of foreign exchange earnings. ADB will also promote development of renewable energy and ecotourism to enable the shift toward green growth. ADB will provide support to protect the poor and vulnerable who have been hit the hardest by the economic crisis. It will prioritize agriculture modernization and boosting food security. ADB will promote youth employability by enhancing their skills and also assist the health sector to improve efficiency and the responsiveness of systems. The country partnership strategy identifies 3 cross-cutting themes which will be built into ADB's projects and programs: climate action, disaster resilience, and environmental sustainability, gender equality and social inclusion, governance, capacity building, and digitalization. Under the new country partnership strategy 2024 to 2028, ADB will help address the country's most pressing needs. At the same time, ADB will remain flexible to respond to changing circumstances as the country navigates the crisis. ADB will continue to work with the government and in coordination with other development partners, support Sri Lanka, foster a sustainable recovery, build resilience, and revive growth.
Education is one of the blessings of life. One child, one teacher, one book, one pen. Education, the only solution.
Aspirations Education has powered 6,000 plus success stories as students cross oceans to world-class universities. Their journeys guided by our 20-year expertise, integrity and care. We don't stop there. We walk into hearts of homes and schools filled with heads full of dreams in forgotten villages. We believe in the power of the intangible. We build your Rama from within. Education is your Rama.
I am unstoppable.
I am relentless.
I am limitless.
I've walked through shadows and light. With every fall,
I found new strength.
Building my path brick by brick.
Through storms and calm.
I carved my own story.
a story that will be remembered forever. I see a world full of possibilities.
My heart dreams without bound.
My journey is just the beginning.
I am a dreamer.
An achiever.
A visionary.
I
am
crocodile.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, next up I would like to take your focus back onto our LED screen as we have a special message coming from the Honorable Minister of Industries and Entrepreneurship Development, Honorable Sunil Haduneti.
Let me begin by extending my warmest congratulations to all the award recipients. Each one of you is a beacon of leadership, resilience and innovations. Your accomplishments are not merely personal triumphs. They are milestones of our nations.
Wow, what a power-packed performance that was.
Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, that was the maestro himself, Mahesh Denipitya and team.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, they do deserve another big round of applause for that brilliant performance. Thank you very much, Mahesh Denipitya and team. All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, in order to address you all now, we cordially invite Honorable Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa, the Minister of Health and Mass Media.
This award ceremony is more than recognition. It's a statement that women's leadership matters and that progress is only possible when talent is recognized regardless of gender. In today's fast-changing world, organizations need leaders who can adapt, empathize, and drive meaningful transformation. Women bring all of this. Women bring all of this and more. When women lead, communities thrive, business grow, and economies strengthen.
So if you could kindly ask you to remain on stage, please, as we'd like to have you on stage to present the next set of awards as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Honorable Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa addressing you all this evening. And with that, we are all set to present the next set of awards. And for that, we'd like to invite to join us on stage Ms. Prangtip Kongret, Councillor, Embassy of Thailand, Mr. Shamir Javad, the Director, Trade and Investment, Australian Trade and Investment Commission, Dr. Farah Altenberg, Acting Country Director, Senior Project Manager at British Council, Mr. Roshan Takaria Perumal, Chairman at Voice of Asia, Mr. Rolf Blazer, Managing Director, CEO, and Mr. Sujeeva Rajapaksa, the Managing Partner at BDO.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, moving ahead with the awards of our segment 2, and this is for the excellence in business leadership. So our first recipient of the night, ladies and gentlemen, under segment 2, would like to call upon on stage Ms. Shamila Bandara, Group Management Committee, Haley's Advantis, Director Advantis Express License of Federal Express Corporation and IML Delivery Systems, Citibank.
Congratulations, Ms. Jamila Bandara. Our next recipient this evening receiving the Excellence in Business Leadership is Dr. Geetanjali Chakravarti, General Manager, Hilton Yala Resort.
Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, to our next recipient under segment 2, Ms. Avanti Kolabage, Visa Country Manager for Sri Lanka and Maldives.
Congratulations, Ms. Avanti Kolabage, Visa Country Manager for Sri Lanka and the Maldives. And our next recipient this evening is Ms. Manoja Pandiyaguru Javapana, Director, Chief Executive Officer at Automated Buffet Solutions Private Limited.
And our next recipient under the Excellence in Business Leadership category, Ms. Aroshi Namakara, Chief Executive Officer, Global Consulting Company.
Congratulations, Ms. Aroshi Namakara, Chief Executive Officer, Global Consulting Company. And our next recipient this evening is Ms. Romali Tudave, the Chief Executive Officer of Tudave Brothers Private Limited.
next recipient, ladies and gentlemen, under Excellence in Business Leadership is Miss Nilrukshi De Silva, Senior Vice President, Maxons Holdings Limited.
Congratulations, Miss Nilrukshi De Silva, Senior Vice President, Maxons Holdings Limited. And our next recipient receiving an award in Excellence in Business Leadership this evening is Miss Vidyani Hettigoda, Director of Siddhalopa Group.
Ladies and gentlemen, onto the stage we would like to invite Ms. Prabodhini Vanagasundara, Chief Executive Officer, Doc Solutions Lanka Private Limited.
Congratulations, Ms. Prabodhini Vanagasundara, Chief Executive Officer, Doc Solutions Lanka Private Limited. And now to accept the next award, we invite Ms. Tanya Palanovita Vettimuni, Group Managing Director, IAS Holdings Private Limited.
Next on stage, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome Ms. Dilmini Veragama, Group Chief Executive Officer at Rockland Distilleries.
Congratulations, Ms. Dilmini Veragama, Group Chief Executive Officer, Rockland Distilleries. Next recipient this evening is Miss Minoli Vikramasinghe, Chief Executive Officer, Managing Director at Capital Trust Properties Private Limited.
Next up on the stage, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite Ms. Lakmini Vijay Sundara, Chief Executive Officer, Bobpack Executive Director, Iron One Technologies.
Congratulations, Ms. Lakmini Vijay Sundara. And the next recipient of the Excellence in Business Leadership Award is Ms. Chamila Vijay Tunga, Director at Acorn Travels Private Limited.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite Ms. Sandra De Souza, Group Chief Customer Officer, Dialog Gasiata, and Managing Director, Dialog Business Services.
Congratulations, Ms. Sandra De Souza, Group Chief Customer Officer, Dialog Asiata, and Managing Director, Dialog Business Services. Our next recipient this evening is Ms. Amina Ziuddin, President, Norfolk Foods Private Limited and Director of CP Norfolk, India. And once again, congratulations to all our award recipients of excellence in business leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our brilliant achievers tonight.
Right, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, next up to address this rather glamorous evening, I would like to invite Mr. Achit Abhisekara, founder chairman of the Aspirations Group of Companies.
60 distinguished ladies who are being honored and felicitated today have performed magnificently in a role creating employment not only for women but for all, enriching our national income through services, exports, import substitution, education, technology and health improvement, thus helping to create a knowledge-based economy, thereby enriching the lives of thousands of families across this land. Thank you very much for that. While developing their own companies, their personal lives and their families. All of you ladies are a magnificent example to the whole of Sri Lanka. I bow my head in respect to you for your immeasurable service to Mother Lanka.
And that was Vilmi Fernando bringing to you that fantastic performance.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, with that, we will be moving ahead with our next segment of awards, and that is segment 3, where we will be recognizing the excellence in various professional fields. Now, to do the honors of giving away the awards for our winners, I would like to call upon our presentation party. Starting off with Mr. Pradeep Saputantri, Secretary to the Honorable Prime Minister. Mr. A.H.M.U. Aruna Bandara, Secretary to the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Mr. Mohammed Tuming, the Minister Councillor of Embassy of Malaysia. Ms. Johnny Simpson, Country Director for ILO activities in Sri Lanka and the Maldives. Admiral Tisara Samarasinghe, former Navy Commander and former High Commissioner for Sri Lanka Embassy in Australia and Senior Consultant SINEC. His Excellency Semi Lutfu Turgut, Ambassador of Turkey to Sri Lanka, and Mr. Felix Fernando, Chairman of Omega Line, onto the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for our presentation party for the segment 3 of our awards.
First off, receiving the award for excellence in entrepreneurship is Miss Tanya S. Abesundara, the chairperson, Senvin Collection Private Limited.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite our next recipient of the awards under Excellence in Marketing. The award goes to Ms. Tilanka Abewardana, Azure Infrastructure Marketing Lead, Asia Region, Microsoft.
Receiving the award for excellence in marketing, Ms. Tilanka Abewardana, Azure Infrastructure Marketing Lead, Asia Region, Microsoft. And next, receiving the Excellence in Finance Award is Ms. Ayomi Aluvihare, President Partner, FJ&G Deserum.
And for the next award, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Excellence in Women Empowerment. And the award goes to Ms. Gainidhi Alvis, Chairperson, Women's Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Sri Lanka.
Congratulations, Ms. Gainidhi Alvis, the Chairperson, Women's Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Sri Lanka. And now receiving the award for excellence in marketing is Ms. Kaushala Amarasekara, General Manager, Brands Communication and Loyalty at Hutchison Telecommunication Lanka Private Limited.
And inviting next on stage, ladies and gentlemen, is for the award for the excellence in entrepreneurship. And the award goes to Dr. Janaki Amarasinghe, Chairperson, DJ Products.
Congratulations, Dr. Janaki Amarasinghe, Chairperson, DJ Products, receiving her award for excellence in entrepreneurship. And now he is presenting the award for excellence in finance, and the recipient is Ms. Mahesha Amarasuriya, Director, MasterCard Sri Lanka.
And inviting next on stage for the award Excellence in Information Technology, Ms. Anoja Basnaika, Director, Information Technology, a Bar and Car Private Limited.
for excellence in information technology, the award goes to Ms. Anuja Basnaika, Director Information Technology, Airbus and Company Private Limited. And the next award for excellence in marketing goes out to Ms. Nadisha Chandrasekhara, Head of Marketing at Pyramid Wilma Private Limited.
Congratulations to Ms. Nadisha Chandrasekhara, Head of Marketing at Pyramid Wilma Private Limited, for the excellence in entrepreneurship. We'd like to invite on stage Ms. Adisha Dahanaika, Founding Director and Chief Executive Officer at Double XL.
Congratulations, Ms. Adisha Dahanaika, the Founding Director and Chief Executive Officer, Double XL, receiving the award for excellence in entrepreneurship. The award for excellence in finance, we invite on stage Ms. Anoji De Silva, partner at Ernst & Young.
And the next award, ladies and gentlemen, is for the excellence in marketing. And the award goes to Ms. Kavi Rajapaksha Deshapriya, Chief Marketing Officer at Sunshine Consumer Lanka.
Congratulations, Ms. Kavi Rajapaksha Deshapriya, Chief Marketing Officer at Sunshine Consumer Lanka, receiving the award for excellence in marketing. We'll be presenting the award for excellence in professional education, and the recipient is Ms. Onali Disanaika, the country head Sri Lanka and the Maldives of the Chartered Institute of Marketing.
And the next award, ladies and gentlemen, is for the excellence in marketing. And the award goes to Ms. Devika Allepola, Business Development Consultant at Commoditia UK.
Congratulations, Ms. Devika Allepola, Business Development Consultant, Commodity UK, for receiving an award in excellence in marketing. Next up, we'll be presenting the award for excellence in human resource management. And the recipient is Ms. Natasha Fonseca, Group Director, Human Capital and Taxation, SoftLogic Holdings PLC.
The award for the excellence in operations goes to Ms. Lanka Jayasinghe, Director Operations and Administration at Homelands Group of Companies. Thank you for joining with the presentation part, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining with us for the presentation of awards for the next. Thank you.
Thank you very much to our presentation party for doing the honors. absolutely brilliant as always. Thank you very much, Mahesh Dhanipitiya and team. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they do deserve a big round of applause for that absolutely fantastic performance. Thank you very much.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll be moving into our fourth and the final segment of awards. And to do the honors of presenting these awards for our winners, I would like to welcome on stage our esteemed presentation party for our final segment. Starting off with Mr. Shamil Jawad, the country director for Sri Lanka and the Maldives at the Australian High Commission. Air Vice Marshal Sampath Tuyakanta, the Secretary to the Ministry of Defence. Mr. Victor Anthony Pillay, Principal Country Officer of the International Finance Corporation. Admiral Jayanta Pereira, former Navy Commander and Consultant at McLaren's Group. Mr. Priyanta Veerasurya, Acting IGP. And Mr. Bangala Vijay Singha, Chairman of the Export Development Board.
And also a quick reminder goes out to all our award recipients. Please make sure once you collect your award, you make your way towards the first exit that's towards our left to take that special photograph with your award. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, here we begin our final segment of awards of tonight. The award for excellence in professional education. The recipient is Ms. Senila Jayasuriya, Founder and Chief Executive Officer, Women Empowered Global.
Into our next award, and that is the Excellence in Supply Chain Management. And the award goes to Ms. Senpati Jayavikrama, Chief Procurement Officer at Hydromony Apparel, Vietnam.
And the next award is for excellence in human resource management, and the award goes out to Ms. Dirukshi Kurukula Surya, Executive Director and Chief Human Resources Officer at Diesel and Motor Engineering PLC, DEMO. And next up, receiving the award for excellence in human resource management, the recipient is Ms. Chetana Lianage, the Chief Talent Officer at Capital Maharaja Group and Chief Executive Officer of Maharaja Institute of Management.
And the next award, ladies and gentlemen, is for the excellence in entrepreneurship. And the award goes to Ms. Jayomi Lokuliana, co-founder and Chief Executive Officer at Z Messenger Private Limited.
And the next award is for excellence in entrepreneurship, and the recipient is Ms. Dilushi Mendes, Managing Director at DM Interior Studio Private Limited.
Our next award, ladies and gentlemen, is for the excellence in women empowerment. And the award goes to Ms. Hiroshi Nandasiri, Founder and Chair of Women's International Foundation.
Congratulations to our recipient of the Excellence in Women Empowerment Award, Ms. Hiroshi Nandasiri. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be presenting the award for excellence in education. And the recipient is Ms. Pramila Paulraj, Director Market Growth at Pearson South Asia.
And the next award, ladies and gentlemen, is for the excellence in entrepreneurship. And the award goes to Dr. Dilesha Pereira, co-founder and chairperson of La Vivente Private Limited and Dilshad Private Limited.
The award for excellence in entrepreneurship. Congratulations, Dr. Dilesha Pereira, co-founder and chairperson at La Vivente Private Limited and Dilshad Private Limited. And next up, we have the award for excellence in professional education. And the award goes out to Ms. Kamaya Pereira, President at CMI and Partner and Head of Management at Consulting and Technology at KPMG. And on behalf of Ms. Kamaya Pereira, Ms. Samira Katuandenia, the Senior Manager at Management Consulting KPMG, will be receiving the award.
And the next award, ladies and gentlemen, is for the excellence in finance. And the award goes to Ms. Rangalage Punsirini Priyanjani Pereira, Chief Financial Officer and General Manager at H&B Assurance PLC.
Congratulations, Ms. Rangalage Punsirini Priyanjani Pereira. And the next award is for excellence in operations. And the recipient is Ms. Nilani Seneviratna, Country Head of Operations, Hong Kong and Shanghai Bank, HSBC, Sri Lanka.
Congratulations to Ms. Nilani Seneviratna. And the next award, ladies and gentlemen, is for the excellence in marketing. And the award goes to Ms. Namali A. Silva, Chief Business Officer at Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation Life Limited.
Congratulations, Ms. Namali A. Silva. And the next award is for excellence in entrepreneurship, and the award goes out to Ms. Manoji Vadugadupitia, Managing Director and Chairperson at PAMS Hydropower Private Limited, Arsalana Eco Resort Private Limited, and Simply Women Private Limited.
And the next award, ladies and gentlemen, is for the excellence in personality and talent development. And the award goes to Ms. Sangeeta Veeratna, Director, Model Shop.
Congratulations, Ms. Sangeeta Veeratna, the Director at Model Shop, for receiving the Excellence in Personality and Talent Development Award. And next up, we have the Excellence in Marketing Award, and the recipient is Ms. Sweba Vikramasinghe, Director Marketing at Worldlink Shipping Colombo Private Limited.
Right, so next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special award to be given away for a very special individual. We would like to give this award as an honor for an outstanding leadership in the creation of Ambayalu, Sri Lanka's first hotel to be fully managed and staffed by women.
And the award goes out to Ms. Patricia Vikramasinghe, the Director at Constance de Salon and Thema Collection. And on behalf of her, we'd like to invite the General Manager at Ambayalu, Ms. Jivanti Adhikari, to accept the award. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Ambayalu is Sri Lanka's first hotel fully managed by women, and this award is given for redefining inclusive hospitality. And it's a visionary initiative by Mr. Chandra Vikramasinghe and Ms. Patricia Vikramasinghe.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for all our winners in this fourth and the final segment of awards.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate these wonderful women amongst us this evening, we'd also like to extend a big thank you to our panel of judges for all of their hard work and dedication, and also for selecting the best of the best tonight. And for that, to present the tokens of appreciation, we'd like to call upon our presentation party. Oshada?
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call upon the stage, starting off with Mrs. Mara Waters, Sri Lanka Country Director and South Asia Trade Policy Advisor at British High Commission, Dr. Farah Altenberg, Acting Country Director, Senior Project Manager at British Council, and Ms. Johnny Simpson, Country Director for ILO activities in Sri Lanka and the Maldives.
And this is where, ladies and gentlemen, we take a minute to appreciate our esteemed panel of judges. And to accept the first token of appreciation, we'd like to invite on stage the chairman of the judging panel, Professor Ajanta Dharmasare, Senior Professor in Management at PIM. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Professor Ajanta Dharmasare, the chairman of the judging panel, as he receives his token of appreciation.
And receiving the next award, ladies and gentlemen, representing the panel of esteemed judges, is Ms. Malini Baddagabage, former Director General, Export Development Board.
And now, to accept the next token of appreciation, we'd like to invite Dr. Nirmali De Silva, the Vice President, Sri Lanka Association for the Advancement of Quality and Productivity.
And the next token of appreciation, ladies and gentlemen, will go to Dr. Surani Dias, President, Sri Lanka Association of Advancement of Quality and Productivity.
And to accept the next memento, we'd like to invite Dr. Madhu Fernando, CEO at Innova Strategies, and she's also a management consultant.
And the next award, ladies and gentlemen, the token of appreciation will go to Professor Atula Nyanapala, Dean, Faculty of Management Studies at Sabaragama University of Sri Lanka.
And the next token of appreciation will be presented to Professor Devasiri N. Jayanta, President at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing.
And the next token of appreciation, ladies and gentlemen, will go to Professor Nisha Jayasuriya, Head, Department of Business Management at Slate Business School.
And to accept the next memento, we invite Dr. Dilhan S. Jayatilaka, the Vice President at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing.
And the next token of appreciation, ladies and gentlemen, will go to Mr. Samir Lianage, Chief Marketing Officer at Bank of Ceylon. Right, so next up, ladies and gentlemen, to receive the token of appreciation, I would like to invite Dr. Samantha Ratnayaka, Postgraduate Institute of Management, Sri Lanka.
And to accept the next memento, we invite Mr. Sirimevan Seneviratna, Chief Marketing Officer at Pan Asia Banking Corporation.
And the next award, ladies and gentlemen, as a token of appreciation, would go to Mr. Ken Vijay Kumar, immediate past president of CIPM.
And to accept our final token of appreciation, ladies and gentlemen, We invite Dr. Asanga Ranasinghe, the director at PIN and also the chairman and advisory committee of CEO Forum.
Embracing functionality and longevity. Otto Bathware, using state-of-the-art technology, brings to life ceramics. Otto Bathware lasts generations.
අරුණ ගලා එන හිමිදිරියේ උණුසුම් හැඟුමන් දවස උදා කළ ප්‍රබෝධයේ රස දහසක් පැතුමන් මතකයන් තැවරූ රසින් මේ සෙනෙහසින් විඳ ගන්නම් සැනසෙන්නම් මා අපි තේකක් බොමුද උණුසුමක් සැනසුමක් ආදරේ රස සැමරුමක් උණුසුමක් සැනසුමක් හදවතේ රැඳි විජයතේ
What if banking is as flexible as your lifestyle? Access all your banking needs anytime, anywhere with BOC Flex. Secure biometric access, quick self-registration, customizable themes and widgets, online account opening, flexible fixed deposits with instant loans, seamless payments and multiple fund transfers. Your bank is now just a tap away. It's time to flex your life with BOC Flex. Download the app today.
There's never a dull moment on Sundays for families who spend time with the Sunday Times, Sri Lanka's favorite English family weekly, with unbiased news, expert financial reviews, top-flight career openings, and informative entertaining features for all ages. Reserve your Sundays for the Sunday Times.
If you value lifestyle, look for the extraordinary. If you seek for business, look for insightful. If you seek for politics, look for anticipation. If you love sports, look for the passion. Daily FT. Be empowered.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, those were our brilliant panel of judges, and please put your hands together once again for our absolutely amazing panel of judges. Thank you very much. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we shall now be drawing out some lucky winners tonight from our raffle draw. And to draw out our winners, we'd like to invite Mr. Samir Alianage, the CMO at Bank of Ceylon, Ms. Rasika De Silva, Chief Manager International at Bank of Ceylon, and
of course, ladies and gentlemen, for this raffle draw and to find out who will be our winners of this night, we would like to call upon, alongside the two gentlemen lady and the gentleman that we just called out, would like to invite Ms. Anudhi Gunasekara as well. Well, there's no need to introduce Ms. Anudhi Gunasekara, not just to this audience, but to the global community as well. In a landmark moment for Sri Lanka, ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Anudhi, Sieta Miss World, made history by securing the first runner-up title from Asia in the Miss World Multimedia Challenge at the 72nd Miss World Festival held in India.
well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Samir Alianage, Ms. Rasika De Silva, and Ms. Anudhi Gunasekara.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, would like to remind you what exactly are the prizes for this raffle draw, and we'll be selecting 13 winners, and the first 3 winners of this raffle draw, ladies and gentlemen, will get a very special prize exclusively from Bank of Ceylon. So the BOC multi-currency travel card, ladies and gentlemen, is a convenient and a secure electronic card that empowers travelers to carry multiple currencies effortlessly. And to list out some of the fantastic benefits that you'll enjoy with the BOC multi-currency travel card, you can load multiple currencies. You can load your card with US dollars, Great Britain pounds, Australian dollars, Japanese yens and euros, making it an ideal for various destinations. And also, you will get locked-in exchange rates. Once you load a foreign currency, the exchange rate is locked at the purchase rate, protecting you from fluctuating rates. And also, you will get high load limits, and you can load up to US dollars 25,000 at any given time, which is of course subject to CBSL requirements, offering flexibility for your travel needs. And also you will get a backup card as well for your convenience, and you'll receive an additional card with a separate PIN, ensuring that you never miss out on the access to your funds. And also, you will get a free travel insurance as well. A unique feature of the multi-currency travel card is the complimentary travel insurance cover up to US dollars 250,000, providing an added value and savings on your travel insurance. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the first 3 winners of this raffle draw, we will, on behalf of the Bank of Ceylon, we'll be giving out business card raffle draw. We'll be giving out BOC multi-currency travel cards preloaded with US dollars 100 for your next adventure.
And our first lucky winner tonight is Naduri Dahanayaka, Deputy General Manager, Marketing and Corporate Communication at Haley's Pentons. Yes, she'll be receiving the BOC multi-currency travel card preloaded with 100 US dollars. right, and let's draw out our next lucky winner. Will be receiving a BOC multi-currency travel card preloaded with $100.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, our next winner of this BOC multi-currency travel card preloaded with $100. The card goes to Dulakshi Tasha Pereira, Assistant General Manager Marketing at NSB.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next recipient tonight is our next lucky winner is Dr. Ravi Bhavanasinghe, Senior Management Consultant at Postgraduate Institute of Management. Congratulations! All right, let's see who will be the next lucky winner. So we'll be drawing out 10 more lucky winners and they'll be receiving some special gift packs.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, our next special gift from the Bank of Ceylon from this raffle draw goes to Ms. Keith Moore from Warehouse Operations Manager at Doc Solutions. Ms. Keith Moore from Doc Solutions.
All right, we'll move on to our next lucky winner then.
Right, so moving on, ladies and gentlemen, our next lucky winner is Ms. Kaushalya Amarsekara, General Manager, Brand and Communications and Loyalty at Hutchison, Sri Lanka.
Congratulations, Ms. Kaushala Amarasekara. And our next lucky winner tonight is Ms. Pilini Ranasinghe, Brand Executive at Vijay Newspapers Limited. Miss Pilini Ranasinghe. All right.
Right, so moving on, ladies and gentlemen, our next lucky winner is Dr. R. Sulochana Segera, founder chairperson of Women in Management Group, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Malaysia, Canada, UAE and UK. Dr. R. Sulochana Segera, we can have you on the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next winner is Miss Shirani Jachin from AIA Insurance Lanka Limited. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have 8 more gifts to be given away to 8 lucky winners. And these are special gifts from Bank of Ceylon. Well, let's see if we have these lucky winners in house. First off, Professor Nisha Jayasuriya from SLIT, Head Department of Business Management, SLIT Business School. Professor Nisha Jayasuriya. Yes, we have our winner.
Right, so the next winner is Jailal Hevawasam, who's the Chief Executive Officer at Allianz Life Insurance Lanka Limited.
Our next lucky winner, Mr. Jailal Hevawasam, the CEO of Life at Allianz. Do we have Mr. Jailal Hevawasam? All right, moving on.
Right, so next up, our next winner is Rakesh Sharma, who's the Director at Capital Trust Securities.
Mr. Rakesh Sharma, Director at Capital Trust Securities.
And our next winner is Mr. Chaminder Kumarasiri, Group Managing Director at the Lanka Hospitals Corporation, PLC.
And to accept the next gift, can we please have Mr. Chaminder Kumarasiri, the Group Managing Director at Lanka Hospitals. Mr. Chaminder Kumarasiri. Moving on.
And the next winner, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Buddhika Agalakumbura, Senior First Officer at Sri Lankan Airlines.
Mr. Buddhika Agalakumbura, Senior First Officer at Sri Lankan Airlines.
Right, so moving on to our next winner. The next winner is, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Aisha Zaudin, a family medicine physician. Dr. A. Ziauddin, a family physician.
Do we have Dr. Aisha Ziauddin with us? All right, moving on.
And our next winner, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Buddhika Amunugama, Manager, Account Management at MasterCard. Right, so our next winner, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Shakila Lokotige, Senior Manager, Management Consulting at KPMG. Mr. Shakila Lokotige.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special token of appreciation, and that is a special gift pack that will be presented to Miss Anudhi.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause.
Thank you very much to our presentation party. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we close off the formal proceedings of this evening of Global CEO Top Business Women Awards 2025. Congratulations to all our award recipients tonight.
Indeed, Consider, we've had a glamorous night here at we honored and felicitated some of the top business women in Sri Lanka, and we hope you enjoy this night. And of course, special congratulations goes to all the winners and all the guests who have joined with us. Thank you for committing your time and effort to be here for the Global CEO Top Business Women Awards 2025.